Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for the week of January 24th. We are going to jump right in here, Virgo, and see what is going on for you at this time, Virgo. There will be a part 2 to this reading. I like this card. That's good. Actually, all the cards so far are good, but there will be a part 2 linked up in the top pinned comment down below. So let's see what is going on for you at this time, Virgo. And it does seem to be a time of great change, I would say. You have this chameleon spirit, which literally says change on it. Pretty much every single sign that I've done so far this week has had something about change or, undergoing some sort of transformation or change. Doesn't really, it's not very surprising to me is what I would say to you. You have this right here, Ten of Swords, Queen of Swords, the King of Swords. That is intense energy, I would say. I'm not a big fan of the King and the Queen of Swords together as far as relationships are concerned. They're like two people, they both have their sword up, and it's kind of like a little bit of conflict. To me, they're not good divine counterparts. But it's interesting that you have the Page of Cups making an offer here to the Queen of Swords. But she has her sword up. So it's like there could be a new love offer coming in for you. It could be a fire sign. You've been getting fire recently, and you have the Aries here, but it could be any fire sign. And, it's kind of standing out to me here. It's like a second offer is what I feel like saying to you. I'm kind of taking that in two ways as well, which is interesting. For some of you, it could be literally a person who's making another offer to you. I don't think you've dated this person. I literally think this person has asked you out. Maybe you rejected them and they're asking you out again. So they could be persistent. Or, I feel this could just be it's like you have an offer from a person and there's another person coming in. And so it could be a second person, if that makes sense. But something is changing here. You have this chameleon spirit. It's kind of funny because in the other animal oracle deck that I have, I'm looking at it. It's over there, but it's too far away for me to get, but I can see it, right? In the other one, you always get the chameleon spirit in that deck as well, which says act as if. It's an energy of stepping into an energy or kind of acting as if you are something else. You have the Nine of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the Ten of Swords. I'm definitely asking you to not go back to the past this reading. Knight of Swords is charging back to the past. Queen of Swords has her back to the past. This is the past situation right here. This past row is the past, basically, and the Queen of Swords has her back to the past. So I feel this reading is asking you to kind of be more future focused. The past is dead, done, over with here with the Ten of Swords. I get more of a releasing energy on the Ten of Swords. Like if you're beating yourself up over anything, or if you're worried about something, or if you're feeling guilty about something, I feel like this card is saying release those feelings. There's no need to kind of feel those feelings any longer. The Nine of Cups is also kind of like an energy of stepping into how you want to feel. The Nine of Cups, this guy, he's meant to look chubby on this card. I know all about chubbiness, Virgo. Just look at me, right? But what I would say is that he kind of understands what it's like to eat. So the card says if there is something you want, if you want to be successful, if you want to have love, it's like you have to experience the energy before you can get it into your life. So people always say, how? If someone won't ask me out, how can I experience love? I'm like, well, I don't go to a park, pet a dog, do something that you love doing. It doesn't have to be literal. The energy just has to be similar, right? So if you're looking for love, like I said, go pet a dog, go pet a cat, go pet a squirrel. I don't care. Do something, right? Go do something you enjoy doing. And you'll be bathing yourself in that energy more. And that's what this reading is asking you to do. Plain and simple. I get a very cutting energy with that Knight of Swords and the Ten of Swords. It's like the universe is really trying to get you to move away from something from the past. I kind of feel like it's a past energy more than anything. Past feelings about a situation. It feels like I keep wanting to say the word guilt, but I don't think it's guilt for all of you. Maybe some of you, it's like guilty feelings. Sometimes I think we feel guilty for things we did in the past, but we should just release it. It could be guilt. It could be any feeling. I think really honestly that the message I'm getting is just any type of feeling that you have about any type of situation from the past. And I feel like that Nine of Cups is saying, go out and experience an energy, bathe in the energy as well, and that will probably lead to more success. Next, you have this 11th house card. This card says community on it. The 11th house, of course, has to do with your community. The 11th house, I also personally consider to be the house of luck and, getting lucky, having lucky situations show up in your life. So it's kind of like a house of it's kind of like a house of destiny as well in certain ways. So it's popping into my head. I feel like there could be a lot of luck coming in for you here. In this row, you have the Hangman, the Queen of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles. It's like, what are you waiting for with the Hangman? Because the Hangman, he has put himself in Hangman mode. He has gained enlightenment. He has the answers he needs to move forward. He has the answers he needs to get off the pole, as I always say. And the Two of Pentacles, like you trying to make a decision here. I kind of feel good about this Two of Pentacles because I feel like the universe is giving you more and more proof that something is right for you. If you notice the waves behind him, they get bigger as they move across the card. I kind of feel like this is proof from the universe. Normally, I don't think the universe gives us proof. We are here to create our own reality. I think the proof that we receive that we're moving in the right direction is feedback, meaning maybe we start moving towards a person in love and they put energy in. It's like we need to pay more attention to this. I think this is why we get into trouble, right? Because we don't pay attention to the energy we're receiving, especially in love. I think that we're all guilty of this. I'm guilty of this, right? It's like I put energy in, I get nothing back. So what do? I keep putting energy in when I shouldn't. We all do this, right? So again, if you're not receiving energy back, number one, if you're in a new relationship, have a conversation. Say, hey, are we still like moving forward here? What's going on? Sometimes having a conversation can fix it. If not, then move on, right? It's like we shouldn't be staying in situations. There are like, 7 billion people on Earth now or something like that. It's like if you're with a person who isn't giving you what you want, there's 7 billion other people who exist that could potentially give you what you want. So don't stay stuck. But in a lot of ways, I feel like this is proof. Like I said, normally I feel like we just get feedback. I feel like you're getting proof. You're seeing that something is going to work. So it's like if you're trying to make a choice with that Queen of Swords to, enter into a relationship, to start that business that you want to start, to do anything, I kind of am seeing this Two of Pentacles as the universe is building waves, is like saying, it's like getting more and more obvious that something is right for you. I kind of like that because, again, you can see it. The Queen of Swords, she's the first Swords court card where the clouds are not above her head. She can finally see things clearly. So it's like you're finally seeing things clearly. You even have the King of Swords as well, which, in now that could be a good thing, the King of Swords, because it's like you're seeing things even more clearly than the Queen of Swords, and that's what I feel like is going on here. The Two of Pentacles always reminds me to also inject a little bit more fun into the things that you're doing as well. If something isn't fun, stop doing it, plain and simple, with the Two of Pentacles. Things need to be balanced with the Two of Pentacles. Next, you have this wind chime card. It says peace and harmony, and you have this coins card. It says money will be coming to you. Love it. So could be money coming in, of course, but I also feel like there is peace and harmony. I feel like for those of you, very distinct message as far as finances are concerned. I feel like if you're trying to, if you've been trying to get something new, especially if you've been doing the same thing for years as far as making money is concerned, I feel like you're moving to like a new industry, a new something, right? You're doing something new. And that's kind of like what I feel here. For others, I do feel like there's just more, but it's like you're finding more peace in whatever you're doing. It's kind of funny because it's popping into my head as less work. Maybe you have a very taxing job, some of you, or it could be for one of you, you have like a very physical job. It's like you're moving to something that's less physical. I think it's a good thing overall. In this row, you have the King of Swords, the Page of Cups, and the Emperor. I do feel that this Page of Cups is new love coming in for most of you. Again, I don't really do love readings. I do whatever comes up, and love happens to be coming up here. So I do feel like this could be love that's coming in for you. Definitely an admirer. I do feel like it's someone who's persistent for sure. And again, not in an annoying way. I feel like if you told this person get lost, they'll get lost, plain and simple. But I feel like they kind of don't necessarily take no for an answer in a good way. Again, we're talking about subtleties here. So I think that we have to be able to read nuance as humans, right? It's like, so what I would say here is that I feel like this person's persistent, but not annoying. So I feel like that could be a person that's coming in for you. For those of you that are looking for work as well, again, this could be like a job or a position that you've dreamed of. He is imagining that fish that's in that cup there, Virgo, and that's something that he has like manifested, something that he has created on his own. So in a lot of ways, I feel like you have kind of created an opportunity, or you've created a fish. You created a fish in your life. You created something good here, and I like it. You also have the Emperor here, ready to take action. I feel like you are ready to kind of like put the work in to have something much better in your life. And the King of Swords is like the wisdom that's coming in for you. I feel like you've just been through a cycle. I almost feel like saying karmic cycle. I don't feel like, but it's not, a karmic cycle that you've been through. I feel like you've just been learning a lot of life lessons over the past few years. Where is this going? I have to know right now. So we're going to ask like, okay, that's great is what I feel like saying to the universe, but what's the point? You have the Saturn card structure. That kind of makes sense with everything that we've gone over so far, is that there could be just a better structure coming into your life here. Yeah, Ace of Wands, passionate new beginning, more fun, like I said with that Two of Pentacles as well, definitely popping into my head. I feel like Queen of Swords, King of Swords, too serious, too much of this serious energy. Maybe life has been very serious, so you've been stuck in this very serious energy. This looks like a lightening of the energy to me. Remember what I just said. I was getting something about someone like less physical. That was the word that was popping into my head. But maybe that is actually saying that you're getting into a period of time that is less taxing. You're getting into a part of your life where things are just lighter. There's more of a breathing energy going on here. Yeah, Six of Swords, major improvements coming in for you here, Virgo. Love this. This is definitely going in a good direction. And the Queen of Wands. Everybody has had the Queen of Wands this week. Pretty weird. Not gonna lie. It's pretty weird to me that this card just keeps repeating itself, but there definitely could be new love coming in for you. And again, someone who finds you very attractive with that Queen of Wands. But I also see this as kind of like a lightening of the energy. I feel like things are getting lighter. Things are just there are not so many burdens coming in for you with this energy. Yeah, you have this Cancer card as well. It says immerse. Remember what I said about the Nine of Cups? I said that you should be bathing in the energy of like something that you want to experience with that Nine of Cups. It's like you have to have love before you can have love. You have to feel abundant before you can have money. So that's what I'd be looking for this week. Pretty simple reading. Again, I would be looking for ways to create an experience without actually having the experience, right? And I gave you plenty of examples. Like I said, pet a dog if you want love, or go find something to love, right? Same thing with abundance as well. Go find some pennies in the parking lot. I don't care like what it is. That's abundance, and be freaking grateful for it. It's like I've known, like I used to know a person who literally, they would like find a penny. It could just be a penny, and they would be like, thank you, universe, thank you so much. And they were a pretty abundant person. So they made sure to be grateful for anything that they found. And yeah, it's like one of the things that I've taken into my own life. So I think it's a good one. And I would be looking for abundance in any way, shape, or form. It's like maybe, where it's like winter, maybe you get 10 feet of snow. That's abundance. Go jump in the snow. Go do something, right? And that's what I feel like this reading is saying so far. So that's that. Thank you for being here, Virgo. Again, part 2 is linked up down below. Really good so far. I like where this is going. So part 2 is linked up down below. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I see here. Not really. So thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.